Fancy friends show you a smile. Darling, rich relations for a while. Baby, I may only give you love. Darling, this old heart should be enough. All I need is a chance to make you mine. Let me in. Oh, I'll change the way you feel inside before it's too late. Mama don't want you, Daddy don't want you. Give it up, baby, baby. Mama can't buy you love.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills, and surely more listeners than Don Lemon has viewers. It is time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Time once again to take in the fresh air of truth and freedom, found only here at WEEB. It's not a perfect morning, but it's still warm enough to get out there. A little cloudy, but still being outside is better than being inside. And if you've been reading the news, you want to start paying attention, people. The CDC is lying to you. You have Supreme Court justices lying to you. Washington State, yes, that's Washington State, has begun planning for concentration camps to put various people in. If you get the COVID, you go to the concentration camp. If you're unvaccinated, you go to the concentration camp, etc. And the CDC is, they've got their language out there that allows individual states to do this. So, that's been in the news over the weekend. Washington State concentration. Oh, well, they don't call them concentration camps. They call them. They call them something, but the idea is they start rounding up people and putting them in the concentration camp. So, you better hope. You better start paying attention here in this state and start looking at who you're electing to office. Otherwise you just might see it here.
Well, the words of a great actor, from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, well, it just might be.
Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running. At our website, just go to talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the home page is where it's all located. If you're on our home page, it's in the upper right-hand corner. It's where you'll find audio stream all by itself anytime, 24/7. So you can check it out there. And it's where the icon says, on the air, listen live. You click it once, you're listening that quick. And you can also get us with most streaming apps and on YouTube. You go there, you put Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. It's going to be a little more nippy than it was yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty good day. Sunny with a high of 47. Tonight, clear, cold, 24. Then toward tomorrow, sunny, only 41. Clear, colder on Tuesday, 20 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 49. Thursday, 54, 53. Friday, Saturday, 55. And Sunday, 49. Right now around the Sandhills, winds north at 2, gusting to 5. Pressure 30.02. Pressure, dew point 26. Humidity 54%. It is cloudy still. And 43 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:33, 33 past the hour on this Monday morning. Let's go to our clips from Twitter. These are people who have put up something on Twitter, and I yanked it down and put it on my list here. If anything comes out of the COVID insanity, I hope it's a heightened distrust in government and the people in charge. Stop blindly listening to morons who keep getting it wrong. Fauci.
That's Fauci?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was still thinking about the comment when he said Fauci. Yeah, well, hey, the government, every day, mainstream media sticks one of these people on the television or on the radio spouting baloney. If you listen to Sotomayor over the weekend and some of her comments, it'd make your head spin. And Gorsuch, I'm not so sure about him too. He wasn't. Well, he was just wrong in some of his assumptions, and I don't know where they're getting this information. It's just a lie.
Sotomayor sits there and says there are 100,000 children in the hospital right now. Well, no, there's not. It's
she said 400,000 kids.
400,000.
Yeah,
that's even worse. There are a total of 3,500
that are in hospital due to COVID-related, for having the COVID-related complications, etc. About 3,000 and some odd, and she was spouting whatever it was, 100,000, 400,000. It doesn't matter. She was so far off base, it's ridiculous, and she's basing whatever decision she's going to make on a lie.
Yeah, well, we three guesses which way that decision is going to go.
Well, in her case,
yeah. Don't fly if you can't. Don't fly if you can't avoid. Reports of airlines and meltdown are true. Weather, COVID, staffing, and no care attitudes, collapse of the system. I have to travel. If you don't have to, don't. Drive if you can. Planes are school buses with wings. Chicago received $2 billion in COVID relief to get children back in the classroom. If they can't get it done, they should pay every penny back.
Well, that would be true. And at this point, they're not going to have kids in school because the union out there has said we're not opening up the schools. Teachers are not going to show up at school. And Lightfoot, I don't know. She initially said she was going to send them home or put them in a no-pay status, but I don't know if she in fact did that, when in fact what she should be doing is just shutting it down and rehiring, fire every one of them that doesn't show up. There are a few. There's a certain percentage of Chicago teachers that have in fact gone to work.
I know if you have a 4-year, they can hire you. You have to get with a temporary exemption for the extra semester of teaching school.
Well, this is 300,000 kids that we're talking about here. This is nothing to sneeze at. And you have a union, like I said, because members, if you're up north, from up north, you understand some of the power of the unions. If maybe you never dealt with a union. If the union says you're going to do something, then you're going to do it, and they've got all kinds of ways to make things painful for you if you don't do what you're told. The union says we're not going to school, and there's a few that are going. I guess they'll pay the price.
Well, I think I'd draw a picture on the back to let them know of their paycheck, to let them know where it went to. And that's school building. If
Lightfoot has any kind of gumption, which I doubt, she just says, "Hey, you're fired," and start over.
Do a Ronald Reagan.
Burn it down and start over. Just go through the rehiring process. Sans union. In fact, just don't do it with the union. Just hire direct.
Major study from Germany confirms COVID-19 mortality rate in children is lower than chickenpox. Mm-hmm. And in a bizarre rant, Alec Baldwin just compared his shooting of the cinematographer to January 6th and seemed to blame both on right-wing hate. So now it's our fault he pulled that trigger.
Well, yeah, I saw an article on that. Yeah, he had some kind of rant. Yeah, right-wingers are responsible for him. What he's getting at is that some some right winger sabotaged his set by bringing on that ammunition and loading that firearm with live ammunition. That's what he's trying to get to without directly saying it. And he has not, and his baloney where he says, hey, we need to find out, this needs to be investigated. Well, there is a warrant. Apparently the sheriff there has executed or is trying to execute a warrant for his phone to see, what communications may have come and gone on his phone. And thus far, apparently, Alec Baldwin has refused to turn over his phone.
Well, he wants to jump him through hoops so his lawyer can try to get out of it by making them give the warrant to the Secretary of State of California, who...
sexually molested, I'd be like, oh, that's not her, Your Honor. Oh, definitely not her. That's her. I know her. That's Kathy. You have to write like Sharpie pen numbers on there. But if Bill Cosby was reading Sharpie pen numbers, it would mean he could see them, which means he's not blind. I rest my case. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, he also was making a couple of jokes about him getting his COVID shot, so he was a vaccinated individual.
I wonder. All right, today is National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Is yours clean?
The second Monday in January is National Clean Off Your Desk Day. Workers are encouraged to clear off the top of their desk.
Mine's always clean. My desk only has the framed picture of my cat.
We know, Karen, we know.
Happy National Obnoxious Coworker Day. National Clean Off Your Desk Day.
And it's also National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. This is for real. Here's a quick PSA to help you save money on your energy bill.
Cut Your Energy Cost Day.
Harvesting limitless energy, a huge amount of energy.
January 10th is National Cut Your Energy Costs Day, and you can save 25% on utility bills simply by being more mindful.
Okay. In a tweet, there has recently gone viral. Someone pointed out that the Lego creator, Majestic Tiger, set actually features a small pink piece that's used for the tiger's anus. Here's a commercial featuring the newly found Lego piece.
New from Lego, it's the Wild Tiger set. Look at his ferocious teeth, his menacing stare, and his long tail.
Hey, Dad, what's that?
What do you mean?
Dad, that right there.
Oh, that's his, that's where he, when he eats and then he goes to the toilet, that's his butt.
Oh, his
The new Lego Wild Tiger set, complete with anus. Look for Legos with nipples coming soon.
Is that just a joke, or is there actually a...
No, there's actually one.
Okay, I'm completely lost now. Why would you? All right, okay.
You weren't from New York, but you were from Jersey.
Somewhere up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Been to New York.
You'll appreciate this next soundbite. A Texas woman is visiting New York. She opens the window in her room and shouts out to everyone down below, "I'm engaged, New York." It took barely a second before someone on the street below yelled, "F off."
Ready? I'm engaged, New York! I just love it here.
Yeah, that's about par for the course. I assume she was in New York City. So
yeah,
somewhere. All right. Because there are parts of New York where, you would be greeted with some kind of congratulatory comment or something. Probably not in New York City.
No.
Probably she's lucky nobody threw something at her or took a shot.
I think she was up a little. I saw the video on it. She was up a little higher.
That's all right.
It wasn't a street level shout. The Guinness World of Records for largest ball of human hair was broken by an Ohio salon owner, coming in at 225.13 pounds.
Okay, that's a thing now, rolling up balls of hair. All right, okay.
He's a salon owner, Steve Warden, talking about how his son inspired him to start making this ball.
Like, Dad, I think you should take all the hair and build a giant hairball and get in the book. Because look, they've got rubber band balls and they've got yarn balls. So I took a corner of my salon and I built a hole into the side of the wall and into the basement, made a chute, started saving the hair, started building it in the basement. Was super, super happy. I felt like if I died now, I have left something that my great-grandkids are going to be able to pull up.
Till the next guy rolls a bigger ball of hair. All right.
Then all he's got to do is add to that one. Now we're going to listen to to a frontline worker and how good a job they do. As we listen to sheriff deputies in Pasco County, Florida, rescue a woman trapped inside a burning car. This is what that sounded like.
Can we break the door open? Fire extinguisher right here. Down here at the base, He's stuck in the driver's door. Give me a light. Dominguez, light here. Can you pull her? Get her. I got her now. You got her arm? Get her. Sorry, I got it. Got her.
All right, and we all remember the I-95 snowstorm last week. An Uber driver has been promoted. I don't know how you get promoted as an Uber driver.
That's a new one on me. Now he's a supervisor or something, I guess. I don't know.
He got promoted after getting a hotel room for a teen passenger and keeping her safe after they got stuck on I-95 last week for hours. Here's the driver, Devontae Williams, explaining what happened.
I had to assure the parents, listen, I understand the times we're living in, but that's not the type of person I am. I genuinely want to make sure your child is safe. I just genuinely wanted to make sure I was safe and she was safe.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing the guy did. I appreciate that. And, most of the stories I read about these what is it, Uber and Lyft, and most of the stories I read about the drivers are predominantly what happens to them as a bad thing. People trying to rob them, people doing this, doing that, and the driver is usually the victim, or like in this case, the driver is trying to do something right, for his passenger or whatever. I don't know that I've read. I'm sure there's some Uber driver somewhere that tried to rip off his passenger or something, but it's just, it doesn't come to mind. Most of the stories I read about Uber drivers are that they're trying to do good things or trying to do the right thing, and or they're a victim of whoever they've got in the back seat, and bad things happen to them. So that's great. I appreciate the guy doing that. I don't know where he found a hotel room sitting on 95 and a couple of feet of snow, but good on him if he got it done.
I saw where a Lyft driver picked up a passenger who was late getting out, but he picks her up, and as soon as she gets in the car and he starts driving, she gets on her phone and cancels the ride. Well, it immediately showed up on the driver's phone.
Yeah.
Your thing just got canceled. So he slams on the brakes, says, "Get out."
Yeah, okay.
Why? Well, you just canceled the ride. Get out.
Yeah.
He says, "I didn't do that." Well, take it up with Lyft. Get out.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing, they're victimized or trying to get ripped off, and or it seems to me I've heard of a couple of these guys that have been seriously assaulted, if not killed by thieves, robbers, thugs, whatever you want to call them, that get in the back seat. And that's pretty rotten. You get in there and try to, that's probably a thing. I've never used Uber or Lyft, but that's probably a thing, hey, if you get in, if you cancel the ride, then you get there and you don't have to pay, or, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, hey, here's a Lyft driver, probably already had it happen to him.
I'm sure.
And looks and says, hey, okay, you want to pull that game? Get out. I hope he left her in the middle of nowhere.
Well, they just started out on the ride when she canceled it. And she'd already said, "Can you go up here and turn left and pick up a buddy of mine?"
Oh, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
So they're already scamming the guy, and then they're going to try to beat him for the fee.
Or rob him.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and he's a savvy guy, so he just says, "Get out." Yep. I don't blame
him. Sidney Poitier died last week, the first black man to win an Oscar for Best Actor. He was 94. His films included Lilies of the Field, A Raisin in the Sun, The Defiant Ones, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. He also left a little montage for us.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
I'm going to take you over to Brownsville and put you on the bus myself.
You aren't taking me anywhere, you dig? You're holding the wrong man.
Amen.
The winner is Sidney Poitier.
It is a long journey to this moment.
All I want is to be able to stand in front of my boy, like my father never was able to do to me, and tell him that he'll be somebody in this world besides a servant.
I'm your son. I love you. But you think of yourself as a colored man. I think of myself as a man.
Poitier once called his driving purpose to make himself a better person. He did. And he made us all a little bit better along the way.
Great films. Absolutely tremendous movies.
Yep.
I'm not sure he had a dinger in there at all, man. He had some. They were all good.
Have we got time? No, I don't. That's too bad. We'll get it next hour. It was what Alec Baldwin said on his tweet.
Oh, well, good for him.
I know the Colonel is just dying to hear that one. Okay, it's coming up on 8 o'clock. Currently here in the Sand Hills, we're looking at 42 degrees.
It's going to be a cold one for us over the next couple of days as that cold air continues to filter in from the north. This afternoon, we're going to see a lot of sunshine move in. Highs heading into the low to upper 40s. Overnight temperatures will be chilly, falling into the low to mid 20s. Tomorrow will be even colder with highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jeremy House. Hospitals are working to save the lives of multiple people gravely injured by inhaling smoke in a fire that's already New York City's deadliest in 3 decades. Dozens of people were hospitalized. As many as 13 were in critical condition after Sunday's blaze, which killed 19 people. Chicago's dispute with the teachers union over COVID restrictions stretches into its second week.
Chicago school leaders are canceling classes for a 4th day in the nation's 3rd largest school district, taking the dispute with the teachers union over remote learning and COVID-19 protocols into another week. The announcement Sunday came as individual principals at some schools had already notified some parents that their children could not return to school on Monday due to staffing shortages. Chicago schools face the same pandemic issues as others nationwide, but the situation in union-friendly Chicago has been amplified in a labor dispute that's familiar to families in the mostly low-income Black and Latino district. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Fuel price analyst Trilby Lundberg says the emergence of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 have caused gyrations in crude oil prices, and that's affecting gasoline, too.
The response was fear on the part of oil demand and therefore oil prices. Oil prices crashed. Now they are up, and in the past 3 weeks alone, this jump is enough to add quite a bit to the retail price of gasoline.
Meanwhile, the average U.S. price of regular grade gasoline dropped 2 cents over the past 3 weeks to $3.39 per gallon. Senior U.S. and Russian officials have formally launched special talks on strategic stability as part of a flurry of diplomatic activity in Europe this week aimed at diffusing tensions over a Russian military buildup on the border with Ukraine. On Wall Street, Dow futures are off 92 points. NASDAQ futures are down 175. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Tell me why Relief Factor is so successful in lowering or eliminating pain. I'm often asked that question. Pete and Seth Talbot, the father and son founders of Relief Factor, tell me they believe our bodies were designed to heal. The doctors who formulated Relief Factor selected the 4 best ingredients, 100% drug-free ingredients that each help your body deal with inflammation. Order the 3-week quick start now. Discount it to only $19.95 to see if it will work for you too. Call 800-500-8384. ReliefFactor.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see upfront pricing and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tag, just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
More than 800,000 non-citizens and dreamers in New York City will have access to the ballot box after Mayor Eric Adams allowed legislation to automatically become law on Sunday.
The legislation was approved by the City Council last month. It would take effect as early as next year. Opponents have said they plan to challenge it unless the courts intervene. New York becomes the first major U.S. city to grant widespread municipal voting rights to non-citizens, allowing them to vote in local elections but not federal or statewide. More than a dozen communities across the U.S. already allow non-citizens to cast ballots in local elections. Julie Walker, New York.
Twice in less than 2 months, Venezuela's opposition has prevailed in the gubernatorial race in the home state of the late President Hugo Chavez, with the results giving hope to that faction while shocking the ruling party. News and analysis at townhall.com. November saw the largest amount of rental assistance to cash-strapped tenants paid out since the program began.
Treasury Department says the $2.9 billion figure is the largest sign that program's early hiccups have been mostly resolved, and it's now turning its focus to helping those places running short of cash. To do that, Treasury is working to reallocate money within states where it's needed most and shifting money from states that don't need it to others that do. Congress authorized $46.5 billion in emergency rental assistance late last year. Rhonda Rockstra reporting.
Authorities in Kazakhstan say nearly 8,000 people were detained by police during protests that descended into violence last week and marked the worst unrest the former Soviet nation has faced since gaining independence 30 years ago. Kazakhstan's Interior Ministry reported a total of 7,939 people have been detained. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning customers include the military, federal, state, and local governments, hospitals, and school systems, as well as many independent businesses. We stand by our services and products, and as a result, we are proud that our business comes from repeat business and customer referrals. Fields Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning also serves many residents in Moore and surrounding counties, and we have been in business for 70 years. Call 910-949-3232. 910-949-3232.
Right now at Cooper Ford in Carthage, you can stuff your stockings with savings by pre-ordering a wide selection of new Fords arriving daily, like the all-new iconic Ford Bronco or the all-new Ford F-150 Lightning electric truck.
This is Aaron Cooper from Cooper Ford in Carthage. The price you see is the price you pay. From all of us here at Cooper Ford, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Please come visit us in historic Carthage or visit us on the web at cooperford.net.
Happy holidays from the locally owned Cooper Ford. Always working hard to be your hometown dealer.
Did you know 80% of Americans think pre-planned funeral arrangements are a good idea? At Pines Funerals, we encourage our community to have a plan in place to take care of those you love so that your final wishes are observed. Call 910-947-2224 or visit us at pinesfunerals.com today to request free planning information and see why more families prefer Pines. Pines Funerals, in association with Fry and Prickett, Kennedy, and Powell Funeral Homes, serving Carthage, Robbins, Southern Pines, and surrounding communities.
All right, soldiers. Today we decide. Are we going to run and hide, or are we going to fight? They think it's over. Well, they got another thing coming. Because today, we're going big.
The chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. Introducing Zaxby's new signature chicken sandwich with a double hand-breaded filet, split top potato bun, and Zax sauce, or new spicy Zax sauce. Only at Zaxby's. Friends, family, and the best chicken sandwich ever.
Is your village, town, community, or HOA in need of road repairs? Being proactive is the key to staying ahead of the curve and implementing an effective asphalt repair program. It can improve efficiency and reduce citizen complaints. Give Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services a call at 910-673-1318 to see what they can do for you. In addition to their normal asphalt paving, asphalt overlays, crack sealing, seal coating, and striping, Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services has also implemented its asphalt patching operation through the use of a pothole patch truck equipped with a heated hopper. The patch truck can keep hot mix asphalt for a period of 72 hours, thereby extending the life of the asphalt from 1 to 2 hours with the dump truck. Call Seven Lakes Contracting and Asphalt Services at 910-673-1318, 910-673-1318.
Hey folks, Celeste here, Whispering Woods Golf Club. Have you been naughty or nice this year? Santa knows, and we know, so it doesn't matter. Whispering Woods Golf Club is giving all our loyal and not so loyal golfers the gift to play one of Pinehurst's Ellis Maples Gem here in the Sandhills course for a great rate of $25 all inclusive, any day of the week ending in Y. Yes, you heard it. Any day ending in Y. What have you got to lose? Listen, don't be a Scrooge. Come see why everyone is talking about Whispering Woods Golf Club. While you're here, ask us about our limited time, unbeatable memberships. Come see us at 26 Sandpiper Drive, Whispering Pines, or give us a call at 910-949-4653.
NCN News, I'm Mike Riley. 3 people are dead after an early morning fire in Belle Arthur in Pitt County on Sunday. A Red Oak Fire Department spokesman reported on Facebook multiple agencies responded to the area of Nichols Road in Belle Arthur. WITN reporter Mandy Kurth is at the scene.
County Fire Marshal Jay Morris, he says that the home was a total loss after 3 people had died and 2 people were able to escape and survive.
Protests were held Sunday afternoon in Fayetteville a day after police said an off-duty Cumberland County deputy shot and killed a man who jumped on his moving pickup truck. Fayetteville Police Chief Gina Hawkins says they are analyzing the evidence from cameras and vehicles.
That computer did not record any impact with any person or thing. We currently have no witnesses who claim that anyone was hit by this truck.
Is Omicron the beginning of the end of the global pandemic? From the experts, a qualified yes, as CBS News correspondent Vicki Barker reports.
Between vaccines and new, less deadly mutations, COVID may eventually become about as common and about as dangerous as the flu. But the WHO is warning that we're still in for a rocky few months, with health systems around the world burdened by Omicron.
Nursing homes across North Carolina report shortages of nurses and aides. Adam Scholler, the president and CEO of the North Carolina Healthcare Facilities Association, tells ABC 11.
There are countless North Carolinians today who need nursing home care but aren't in a nursing home, and they can't go to a nursing home because there aren't enough staff members to provide care for them there.
The surge in COVID-19 cases has small businesses struggling again. Some are imposing capacity restrictions and others shutting their doors. Maria Braun Sullivan owns a plant store in California.
January is always a slower month, but we are seeing a dip. I think a lot of people are really concerned about the variant.
You're listening to NCN News.
Vaccines are so rigorously studied and have proven to be both very safe and very effective.
Because there's a lot that goes into proving that a vaccine is both safe and effective. That same rigor that we demand as scientists and as physicians has been applied to this.
These are just as safe as all the other childhood immunizations that we have been giving our kids for years.
You can immediately go get it, and you do not have to wait any longer.
Kids have a spot to take their shot.
Everyone 5 and older can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov.
Parents, Medicaid offers free or low-cost health insurance for children and teens. Doctors and hospital visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered, giving you peace of mind if your child gets sick or injured. Apply now so your child is covered in the new year. Visit ncchca.org to learn more. That's ncchca.org. This message brought to you by the North Carolina Community Health Center Association and paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The CDC says in the last week, 824 children were admitted to the hospital for COVID. That's up 46% from the week before. CBS News' Janet Shamlin has that.
Doctors say of those here who are vaccine eligible, almost all are unvaccinated. Nationwide, the CDC says just over half of children 12 to 18 years old are fully vaccinated, and only 16% of those 5 to 11.
I can tell you with certainty that vaccinated children do not get critically ill from COVID and end up in the ICU.
Omicron is crushing records in terms of positivity rates and average new daily cases of the virus. While leaders continue to worry about the impact the new variant will have on our hospitals, the same struggle is happening behind the scenes at neighborhood doctors' offices and urgent cares. Wilmington Health Community Liaison Alexis Hunter.
Calls, record high tests. It's overwhelming.
Federal labor officials have taken a Georgia auto repair shop to court.
The U.S. Labor Department has sued the owner of a Georgia auto repair shop, saying he retaliated against a former worker for reporting that he had not gotten his final paycheck. Miles Walker, the owner of A.O.K. Walker Auto Works in Peachtree City, Georgia, dumped 91,500 oil-covered pennies in the former employee's driveway after he told federal officials he had not been paid his final paycheck of $915. It took the man 7 hours to clean up the mess, which his girlfriend videoed and posted on social media. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
4 people were taken to the hospital after a vehicle crash in Raleigh near North Carolina State University on Sunday night. It happened near Varsity Drive and Avett Ferry Road. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
High pressure will continue to funnel in some cold air across our region. Today, we are going to see some chilly temperatures, highs in the low to upper 40s with sunshine. Overnight falling into the low to mid 20s. It's going to be even colder for tomorrow. Temperatures making their way into the upper 30s and lower 40s. We are going to see mostly sunny conditions as well. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, it's cloudy, 42 degrees, humidity 52%, dew point 25, pressure 30.02, and winds north at 2, gusting to 5. It is 8:14. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Monday morning. With a quick response of area fire departments, a Robbins business was saved. Williams Tire and Auto on the corner of Highway 705 and Melton Street called fire Sunday. The call went out before 6 a.m. By 6:15 a.m., the fire was out. The fire was contained to one area of Melton Street and South Highland Avenue side of the building. Firefighters had to cut a large entry into a bay door to gain access closest to the fire. One witness who watched the firefighters work told the Sand Hill Sentinel it could have been much worse because it's a big building. Multiple agencies responded to the fire to assist. It appears the fire started at a heating source but is being investigated by the Moore County Fire Marshal. And a 60-year-old Robbins man was arrested on several charges, including cockfighting, when a deputy was investigating a shots fired report in Robbins. On Saturday, the Moore County Sheriff's Office received a report of shots fired in the area of Molesworth Road, which resulted in the responding deputy stumbling upon an ongoing cockfighting ring. Thomas Toyer was arrested and placed in the Moore County Detention Center on a $2,500 bond. He was charged with 1 count of felony cockfighting and 7 counts of instigating cruelty to animals. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning from the Sand Hill Sentinel. And of course, you can go online to sandhillsentinel.com for more information. It is 8:17. Sports is next, right here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB.
Your morning sports report is brought to you by Hughes Supply of Pinehurst. With over 50 years' experience, Hughes Supply can handle all your plumbing project needs from start to finish. Call 910-295-5541 or visit them online at HughesSupplyPinehurst.com.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. Week 1 of the NFL postseason is set as the league on Sunday completed its first ever 17-week regular season. The Bucs hammered the Panthers 41-17 to secure the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. Carolina finished the season with a 7-game losing streak. Coach Matt Rule and team owner David Tepper met before the game. Rule said afterward the conversation focused on the team's future, not his job status. We will see. The Saints were 30-20 winners over the Falcons, but San Francisco's win yesterday knocked New Orleans out of the playoffs. 49ers clinched a playoff spot by beating the Rams for the 6th straight time, 27-24 in overtime. The Rams, meanwhile, still claim the NFC West title with the Cardinals' loss to Seattle. The Titans wrapped up the AFC 1 seed and a first-round bye after they beat Houston. The Colts eliminated themselves from the postseason with a stunning loss at Jacksonville. The Bills clinched their second consecutive AFC East title by beating the Jets, while the Steelers and Raiders are going to the playoffs as wild cards. Daniel Carlson drilled a field goal as time expired to give Vegas a win over the Chargers, eliminating Los Angeles, while the Steelers avoided elimination when Chris Boswell made a 36-yard field goal in overtime to complete their 16-13 win over the Ravens. Alabama and Georgia are familiar foes, and tonight the two will face off again in the College Football Championship.
It's a national championship replay. 4 years ago in 2018, these same two teams met for the title, and it had one of the most memorable finishes ever.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Alabama beat Georgia in overtime 26-23. These two teams have already played once this season in the SEC championship game. Alabama easily won 41-24, handing Georgia its only loss. Despite that, Georgia is a slight favorite tonight. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the national championship game in Indianapolis.
This is NCN Sports.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by January 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Alternative Power knows more is happening at home now than ever. And when a winter storm causes your power to go out, life is disrupted. A Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power guards the home against blackouts caused by weather of all types. Financing options are available, and act now for a free 10-year warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Gain peace of mind with a Generac automatic standby generator. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
World number 1 tennis player Novak Djokovic has won a court battle to stay in Australia, despite being unvaccinated against COVID-19, though the government has again threatened to cancel his visa. Reporter Scott Mayman is following the developments.
Djokovic has been held in hotel detention in Australia since last week when his visa entry was cancelled over his vaccination status. He appealed, hoping to play in next week's Australian Tennis Open. The judge hearing the appeal has ruled in favour of the world number 1, but his freedom may be short-lived. The court was told Australia's Home Affairs Minister will intervene and personally cancel the visa. That means Djokovic could still be on the next plane home to Serbia. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Brisbane, Australia.
Josh Zach for NCN News, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back. One local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time. With Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM. WEEB.
Temple Theater invites you to kick off the new year with Driving Miss Daisy, on stage January 13th through the 23rd. When Daisy Worthing, an aging Jewish Southern lady, smashes up yet another car, her son informs her that she must rely on the services of a chauffeur. He hires Hoke, a thoughtful, soft-spoken black man who in time, and against all odds, becomes Daisy's best friend. Despite their mutual differences and initial disdain for one another, they grow closer and closer and find they have more in common than they had ever realized. Driving Miss Daisy was the winner of the 1988 Pulitzer Prize and won an Academy Award for Best Picture. We're proud to bring it to the Temple stage. Tickets are $29 and available at templeshows.org. Driving Miss Daisy on the Temple stage for a limited run, January 13th through the 23rd. Beautiful. Sponsored by the Norman Financial Group, navigating your financial goals.
You look out the window. It's dark. You lock the doors. Maybe you set an alarm. You take every precaution. Do whatever it takes to keep your home safe. But it's not. In fact, termites may be destroying your home right now. You may not see them. You may not hear them. But by the time you see the damage termites cause, it may be too late. So don't wait, because now there is something new. Introducing Termidor, the unique treatment that wipes out 100% of the termites in your home in 3 months or less. They'll never see it coming. But you can't get it from any store. So ask for Termidor by name from your pest control company. Because if you're not asking for Termidor, you're asking for trouble.
Termidor is available at Aberdeen Exterminating. Call 944-2474. For service, that's 944-2474.
Hi, this is Rodney Swarms with Plumbing Night. We know that plumbing emergencies can happen at any time. In fact, they seem to happen at the most inconvenient times. And then inviting an unknown plumber into your home, that can add to the stress of the situation. The Plumbing Night wants to alleviate any stress about inviting a technician into your home by guaranteeing that we have not only the very best plumbers, but also the most knowledgeable plumbers. Before any of our employees are hired, all of the employees must undergo drug testing and a thorough background check. If they don't pass, they aren't hired. No exceptions. Once they're hired and part of the team, they receive continuous technical and customer training to ensure that they are the very best at the trade. This training is week after week, month after month, year after year. This training is what got us into community college to teach the plumbing trade. So the next time you have an emergency, call the Plumbing Night. They're known for extraordinary service and integrity.
Call the Plumbing Night at 639-5555, day or night, or on the web at theplumbingnight.com.
Does your security system have the most up-to-date features available today? At Guild Security, we offer the latest technology, including interactive services that allow you to remotely arm and disarm, control lights and thermostats, lock and unlock doors, interact with guests at your front door, and view live cameras. For a free security analysis of your current system, call Guild Security today at 433-2868 or visit us at guildsecurity.com. Guild Security, a Residio premier security dealer.
The greatest comeback of all time is underway. Remember to shop local businesses. A reminder from Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB.
The Zumwalt Zone is proudly sponsored by Moore County Citizens for Freedom. Always looking out for you.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. Did you ever see two men in public get into an almost fight? Normally when this happens, there'll be some alcohol involved and a couple of pretty girls in the background. One of the men will say something that makes the other one angry. Pretty soon they're calling each other some pretty insulting names. They usually hold their arms straight out from their sides and say to each other, "Go ahead, bring it on." And pretty soon you can just tell. These guys not only don't want to fight, they both wish they had a way out of this. And sooner or later one of them will say, "Yeah, that's what I thought," and walk away. The other one will yell, "You better walk away," and it keeps going until they both can exit with what they think is honor. America, under Joe Biden, makes no attempt to exit anything with honor, from Afghanistan to the pathetic excuse for a border we have. Now he's got both arms out telling President Putin, "You don't want any of this." Trouble is, when you've walked away from enough fights in utter disgrace, no one ever takes you seriously again. My guess is Putin's not afraid of us. I don't know if Russia will invade Ukraine or not. I can see Putin telling his top advisors, "Hey guys, I just got off the phone with Biden, and this time he really means it," while all of them laugh and yuck it up with their dinner guests. The Taliban leadership. President Trump always put America first. I do too, in the Zumwalt Zone.
It's going to be a cold one for us over the next couple of days as that cold air continues to filter in from the north. This afternoon, we're going to see a lot of sunshine move in. Highs heading into the low to upper 40s. Overnight temperatures will be chilly, falling into the low to mid 20s. Tomorrow will be even colder with highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 1041 FM and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Good morning. Today, the show is gluten-free.
They're gluten-free?
Today is National Gluten-Free Day.
My body wants bread.
Go ahead and ditch the gluten today.
Why? What's wrong with gluten?
What's gluten?
People with celiac disease must avoid gluten.
Gluten-free diet.
Gluten-free? I'm gluten-free.
It is National Gluten-Free Day.
What the heck is gluten?
I'm celiac.
I'm on a special diet.
I mean, does gluten even exist?
It's showtime.
What's the use of breaking up when you just turn around and make up? Oh, you say you're tired and you're uninspired and you want to leave me. Oh, baby. The last time you felt that way, girl, you left me for a whole day. Now then you call me on the telephone, and in your sweet and your softest tone, you ask me what should we do when you know all the time that I'm crazy about you. What's the use of breaking up when we just turn around and make up, baby? What's the use of breaking up when we just turn around and make up? Listen, we had the same conversation. Well, it couldn't have been more than a week ago. I said, darling, you're breaking my heart, and I don't see how I can take much more. I got up and walked out of the door, walked on down to the corner store, and by the time what I said sunk in, I turned right around and came back again. What's the use of breaking up when you just turn around and make up, baby? What's the use of breaking up when you just turn around and make up?
Good morning. Talk 97.3 FM, 1041 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time once again for Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Wheeler Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Good morning, Moore County. Time once again to take in the fresh air of truth and freedom, found only here at WEEB, and maybe another outlet here in a little bit. The North State Journal will have a Moore County edition, so you can look that up online and decide whether or not you want to. It is a paid subscription, but you will get a different point of view, a different perspective, be a lot of local writers, etc., involved in that. So look it up. And in the meantime, get outside if you can. Spend as much time outside, because that's where you're safe. That's where you'll kill the most COVID, is outside in the sunlight, if we get any today. I don't know, Weatherman Steve, are we going to have any sunlight today? Or is it all clouds?
No, you'll see sun.
Oh, all right. So Weatherman Steve's going to let us have some sun this morning. So, yeah, get outside and enjoy the day.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we're being heard and seen around the world on our live video stream. That's up and running at our website at talk973.com or talk1041.com or WEEB990.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located for the video. Upper right-hand corner has a link also for our audio stream by itself, that 24-hour-a-day stream. It's right there in the upper right where it says On the Air, Listen Live. You click that once, and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area. Look for things to be sunny, mostly sunny, high of 47. That's a big difference from yesterday, but no rain. Clear tonight, a low of 24. Tomorrow, sunny, 41. Tomorrow night, the cold one, low around 20. Did say 13 yesterday, so we've improved. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 49. And then for Thursday, partly cloudy, 53. Right now around the Sandhills, winds are north at 2, gusting to 6, pressure 30.06. Dew point is 24 and humidity 52%. And we have some clouds still at 42 degrees here at Talk 97.3 FM, 1041 FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:32, 32 past the hour on this Monday morning. You know what we haven't done in quite a while, and that is go get us some bad guys. So, with that said, let's go get them.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had that.
Hi, my friends. It's time once again to strut across the floor to style the Duke, John Wayne. Open up our closet doors to look at all 30 of our Liberty safes. Today, we're going to go over to the big safe, Liberty safe number 23. And open that bad boy up. And let the Colonel reach in and grab the weapon of choice this morning.
Oh, man. Digging around in here, there's just all kinds of stuff. But, you know, the old stuff is probably as good as the new stuff in many regards. So here, you have this 44 Colt Dragoon.
All right.
Black powder gun. Get, you run out of ammo. If it misfires, you can hit them with it. Weighs about 8 pounds, so, yeah, it'll be good for that. Nothing else.
It's going to hurt when you hit them. All right, we'll throw that into the holster, pin it on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop ass, and out the door we go. In relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. Last week, a 41-year-old woman in Houston, Texas named Sarah Beam was worried that her 13-year-old son had contracted COVID-19. So she stuffed him in the trunk of her car and drove him to a testing site. When she got there, she admitted the kid was in the trunk. She told the health officials that she didn't want to catch it. But naturally, they were concerned and told her they couldn't do anything until he was placed in the back seat. Security footage show her letting him out and putting him in the back seat. It's unclear if he was cool with being in the trunk, but it's illegal either way. Sarah was charged with felony child endangerment, and a warrant is out for her arrest. The son had apparently tested positive at home, and Sarah was taking him to the site for additional testing. And get this. The testing site was run by a school district, and Sarah was a teacher at the school district. She's now on administrative leave.
Getting paid, too, probably.
Yeah. Stupid criminal news number 2 this morning. The defense was never going to work, but at least make sure the height discrepancy isn't so big. A 37-year-old guy named Brandon Shikok got pulled over last Wednesday in Mankato, Minnesota. That's about 75 miles southwest of Minneapolis. And cops found a bag of meth in his sweatpants. Of course, they knew right away it wasn't Brandon's, was it?
No.
Brandon,
how did that get in there?
Brandon claimed it was a mix-up, of course. He said the drugs weren't his, and the pants weren't his either. He had borrowed the sweatpants from someone else and gave them the person's name. But they knew it was a lie because Brandon is 5'11", and the person he tried to blame it on is 4'1". He's facing felony drug possession charges. No surprise there.
Never ends.
And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Monday.
Yeah, I just randomly borrow sweatpants to wear for the day. Yeah, not likely.
All right. Cancel that. I'm trying to get this off the screen. Here. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. None of this is proven yet, but get ready for a big I told you so from the astrology friends of yours. A new study in Brazil claims the gravitational pull of the sun and moon does affect our behavior here on Earth.
Oh, no. More excuses.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
The pull we get from them is only about a millionth of what we get from the Earth, but they found plants and animals' internal clocks still work even if the other factors are removed. Like if it never gets dark and the temperature doesn't change, so the rhythm of the moon's gravity might help keep those things in sync too.
What kind of things are we talking about being in sync? Because there are certain
I
things.
guess they're talking about plants right here.
Just plants? All right. Okay. That's, all right. Well, how much money did we spend on this study? Do we know?
Oh, at least 20 years worth of money, because that's how long these studies always last, so the lazy-ass professor can collect on it. So does this prove astrology's right? Well, no. We've already knew the moon's gravity affected us. If it didn't, the oceans wouldn't have tides.
Yep.
But the moon affects us in a lot of ways. I've seen specials on just the moon and how Earth could not survive right now without it.
Oh, yeah.
It would upset our weather so bad.
Yeah.
But there is still no proof it messes up decision-making or causes big mood swings. There's also no evidence the layout of the stars affect us in any way. They're too far away for their gravity to do anything. And they just got that West telescope. Everything is like 336 things that had to deploy right for it to work. And yesterday, the last deployment worked. Now it takes, I think, 6-8 days for it to get out to the orbit it's going to be in, which is 1 million miles away from Earth. And the shield on it will shield it from the sun, so it can take incredible photographs. But we'll wait and see on that. They say it'll take about 6 months to get all the software synced up and ready to go. We shall see. For heaven's sakes, tell me they didn't send Windows on the flight.
Yeah, it's the same operating system you have on your computer here.
Yeah. What would you do if you just boarded a plane? And I tell you about that dumb geekazoid that they had at NASA, 20-year project, of course, who they put in charge of he had a satellite he was in charge of that was going to go take a picture of an asteroid, a particular asteroid. And dummy put Windows operating system on the satellite. And about a day or a few hours before it was supposed to fly by and get a whole lot of pictures of this asteroid, they had to reboot the operating system. You know how it is with Windows. When you most need it, it's got to have to be rebooted. So they rebooted. By the time they got rebooted and got the thing pointed back at the asteroid, because it was supposed to have auto navigation, well, auto navigation wasn't doing very good. He got 6 pixels on his photo. And no telling how many this dumb geek got for doing this.
Oh, he probably got a big award from Microsoft for that. You know, a lot of money to use their system. Thank you, Bill Gates, for all you do, Bill Gates. This one's for you.
Yeah. All right. We'll get to that if we get to that. All right, let's find out the things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. Here we go. Can't remember where I put all this stuff. Long list. Denver Broncos fired head coach Vic Fangio after a second straight last place finish and a third consecutive losing season for the AFC West. First black man to win the Best Actor Oscar, Sidney Poitier, died on Friday at 94. Dwayne Hickman, does that name sound familiar?
No.
Remember the show W. Gillis?
Oh, yeah.
Many Lives of W. Gillis?
Oh, was that him?
Yeah, he was known as Dobie from the Many
Right.
Lives of W. Gillis. He died
Hickman. Okay.
Sunday morning. He was the straight guy.
Yeah.
He was 87. They're saying upwards of 5 million Americans could be sick with COVID this week. The CDC finds that only 1 in 10 adults are eating enough fruits and vegetables. There were even greater disparities for those living in poverty. Apparently, there's a new variant out there that's a combination of the Delta and Omicron strains called Deltacron. Yes, we can thank Mr. Fauci for 5 million people dying since he funded this crap. In Turkey, a farmer experimented with giving some of his cattle virtual reality glasses, which in turn kept them happier and resulting in them producing more milk.
What kind of cows were they?
Just regular cows.
Well, there's a
Milk
variety
cows.
of cows. Well, I got it, but there's some cows that are known for their yield of milk, Jerseys and Holsteins, etc.
I saw pictures of the VR mask on them. I didn't mention what kind of cow it was.
Okay.
But from when I saw it, looked like a regular cow you see driving in the country.
All right.
In Taiwan, the buzz is all about McDonald's and the fact that all their restaurants have run out of hash browns.
McDonald's is out of hash browns?
In Taiwan.
Oh, in Taiwan. Oh, okay.
Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has a new book after dropping 90 pounds. How did he drop the 90 pounds? He said he did it using an elliptical machine in his basement and eating sensibly.
Yeah.
And he said he lost it 90 pounds in 60 days.
6 months. 60 days?
60 days.
All right. Well, he went on a starvation diet. If he did that in 60 days.
Unless I misread it, but
I read somewhere I thought it was 6 months, but
maybe it was.
The upshot is like you said, I'm overweight. You need to push away from the table, and you need to exercise, or you need to exercise like a fiend and just not eat, or just not eat. I mean, if you're an Olympic, athlete, you can eat 7,000 to 8,000 calories a day, because you're out there exercising like a fiend.
Yeah.
Long past any thought of ever being an Olympic athlete. So, the alternative is you just got to eat way less and eat better things than, in my case, what I'm eating now, etc. Just like he said. And that's the only cure, the magic pill. And, here's another bottle of some pill that somebody says will magically help you lose weight. Nope. Put down that extra fry, put down the cheeseburgers, etc. That's the only way you're going to get it done. And yeah, I know. Me too.
My doctor told me that they had a new pill waiting to be approved, which they thought would come in January of this year. That will help dieters a lot. It's the only way he put it, but he says he's going to find out more about it.
Well, eventually somebody will come up with something that'll magically help you lose weight.
They did have something. It was called Fen-Phen, and like 10 people died of heart conditions on it, and they scrapped it for the whole world.
Right. Well,
which was stupid.
I don't know. I mean, I never heard of Fen-Phen, so
Well, I have, because my brother lost 200 pounds on it quickly.
Really?
Yeah. It just melted off. He got down to normal size.
But there were some heart.
No, he never had a heart issue.
Yeah.
There was just heart issue on 10 patients. You'll have 10 patients with a heart issue on anything.
Yeah. Huh. I'll have to look that up. I'd never heard of it. How long ago was that?
20 years.
Okay.
Maybe.
10, going on 8 years ago, I was still in pretty good shape, so I was never paying much attention to stuff like that. Got down here and
got some Southern cooking in you.
Yeah, well, that and a few other things.
Coca-Cola is rolling out an alcoholic version of their soda, Fresca, later this year, called Fresca Mixed. BMW is demonstrating a color-changing car, good for bank robberies, that can go from black to white in seconds. For the time being, the colors are limited to black, white, or gray.
Okay.
But when they do the be on the lookout for the Bolo, they can say white car and you change it black.
Well, I don't know. You used to have to car registrations still have the color of the car and stuff on it, don't they? I mean, I haven't paid any attention to that. I know. I
haven't seen that on there.
Back in the day, I had a car. It was really rusted out or whatever. So I got I sent it in to get a paint job, and I decided to get a different color, and at the paint thing. This wasn't here. This was in Pennsylvania. So they hey, if you're changing the color, you got to go get it re-registered, and blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
Might be in some cases. I don't think it is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
After 18 years of living in Nevada, the Hollywood madam, Heidi Fleiss, is leaving and moving to Missouri after someone shot one of her parrots with a pellet gun.
Why? All right. What are you shooting parrots for? I mean, unless the thing was squawking and making noise. I mean, that's kind of...
Some people kill just to kill. Fergie's ex-husband, Josh Duhamel, got engaged over the weekend to former Miss World America, Audrey Marie. He's 49, she's 28. And yes, that new song, Dizzy, by Ella Travolta, is from John's daughter. I went and looked it up. It's a boring song. Nicolas Cage and his wife are expecting a baby. He's 57. She's 27. Legendary Dolphins coach Don Shula's name has been removed from multiple buildings in Miami Lakes, such as the hotel and golf club, because the Graham company that owns them wants a fresh start.
Oh, well, you buy a building, you want to change the name, I guess. I don't know what you're supposed to say.
Today's impossible question: 11% of people will make this upgrade in 2022. What is it?
Will make an upgrade?
This upgrade.
Oh, I'd buy a new phone or something, I guess. I don't know.
That's a reasonable guess. They say it's their partner.
Okay, how do you know it's an upgrade? Okay, sure. Yeah, maybe your partner's making the upgrade. Okay.
Let's see.
Too much there. Too many jokes there.
A survey says that 31% of people wear out clothes at least 3 times before washing them. 55% of us will celebrate Valentine's Day this February, and 68% of us are tired of the news.
Yeah.
It's the COVID News Network.
It gets old, especially, after the 15th time you've heard the same lie. And then...
Well, they got to make it sound like you're going to die unless you listen to us. You must go beat up those non-vaxxers.
Yeah, I don't know. It does. There's days where it's just, don't need to hear it. Don't want to hear it anymore.
And watching television has proven in the past to be the most difficult thing to give up for Lent.
Watching television?
Yeah.
It's on because I got to have some background noise. It'll either be that or the radio. That's not like I'm necessarily focused on it. Sometimes, because I got ringing in my ears, etc. I gotta have something in the background.
Well, we use it for companionship too.
Yeah. Well, it'd be talk
other
or
dead
something.
silence.
Yeah, I guess.
Watching television did that. 28% of us people know someone who has left someone behind while on vacation. I've known some I'd like to leave behind.
Well, wait a minute. I don't understand. You left somebody behind? And what's the circumstance? You mean like walked away from them or something? Or
I guess.
I don't understand.
Or they're acting like a patootie and you just say, find your own way home.
Ooh, okay. Well, no. I don't think I've ever experienced that. I mean, I've turned around a couple of times, and you're walking along with your wife or your kids, and they get into you get interested in two separate things, and you kind of end up turning around. Hey, where'd everybody go? I've had that happen to me, but yeah, just like, hey, you're on your own. Yo, see you later. No.
All right, it's that time again. Well, why didn't it come on? Dummy me cut it off, I see. Let's do it again. That time again.
And now it's time for Yes! Or BS.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
All right, time for another rousing round of yes or BS. This is where we'll give the Colonel a statement, and he'll tell us whether yes, that's true, or no, that is total BS. Now, he does pretty well on these, and he has not seen any of these questions ever. So let's see how he does. Mycroft Holmes was the name of Sherlock Holmes' older brother.
Yeah.
That is true. Baseball was the first sport to be pictured on the cover of Sports Illustrated magazine.
Baseball on Sports Illustrated. Oh, man. That sounds like it probably
It
would
is
be.
true.
Yeah. Baseball was the big game back in the day.
There are 550 seats on a standard 747 jumbo jet.
Oh, that I have. How many seats?
550.
Oh, man. There's so many configurations. True. I don't know.
No, that one's false. There are only 420.
Oh, okay.
Only.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people. The average person laughs about 5 times a day.
Average person, 5 times a day? Sure, why not?
No, it's actually 15 times a day. Unless you listen to our show, then it's
All the
like
time.
200.
Yeah, it's continuous. There you go.
A sneeze zooms out of your mouth at about 600 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah, it's some ridiculous speed. I can't remember what. But
Well, it's
yeah.
not quite that much, but it's 100 miles an hour. During his 4 years as president, Millie, the White House dog, earned 4 times as much as George H.W. Bush.
Earned?
Yep.
It sounds like baloney to me. I have no clue what they're talking about.
It's true because she sold a lot of books, a lot of dumb books.
Okay. All right. Fine.
According to Domino's Pizza, women who answer the door in curlers are better tippers than those without.
What are they paying hush money or something? I guess. Okay.
It is true.
Here, take this and shut up. Forget you've seen anything.
Homer Simpson's license plate is 647643.
Jeez, I don't know.
No, that one's BS. That number belongs to our buddy Fred Flintstone.
Okay, all right. Well, sorry. To believe it or not, I have never watched a lot of Simpsons, so.
Freeze-dried instant coffee was invented by NASA.
Yeah, they invented Tang and NASA. All kinds of stuff like that.
The Colonel, being a coffee expert, he would know. President Ulysses S. Grant was arrested while in office for speeding on his horse.
While he was in office?
Yeah.
Oh, man. He was arrested because he was one of the finest horsemen ever. But I don't know if he was the president when that happened. I mean, he used to He used to do all kinds of things on horses. It sounds like it's probably true. I don't know.
It is true.
Yeah.
He was
a great horseman.
Racing in the streets.
Yeah,
with buggies.
Yep. He used to do it all the time. Yep.
Yep. And got caught. I think it was 27 miles an hour into 20. How they measured that, I don't know.
Well, he was famous for his horse skills, horsemanship. Yep.
I got you on that radar gun there, Mr. President. But we don't have a radar gun. But we will.
Yeah.
And I'm an experienced policeman, so you just take my word for it.
Yeah, I wonder if he paid that ticket.
The roller coaster was invented by the Chinese.
Invented by the Chinese? Sure, why not?
Nope, it was invented in Russia in the 17th century.
Great.
Strawberries have more vitamin C than oranges.
Yes.
Yes, they do. The average lifespan of the Major League Baseball is 10 pitches.
Average lifespan. Yeah, it's some ridiculously low number of pitches.
It is, but it's not 10 pitches. It's 5 to 7 pitches.
Yeah, even lower. Okay. Sure. Yep, I believe it.
Yep. And so it goes for this Monday. Have yourself a great, safe day. We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow, 7 to 9 for a titillating Tuesday. Until then, be sure to support the advertisers you hear on WEEB. The local ones keep your money here. They let it roll over and create more jobs for all of us here. Not in Sri Lanka, not in China, and Indonesia like the mega marts send their money to. So when you go to your local merchant, be sure to tell them WEEB asked you to come, because that will help us. And don't forget also that millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man and Nick and Colt the Dog will see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Chili Dog Park.
When they come back.